must realize you are doomed.
How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining the Scoundrel Podcast. Dave and Rich here, and we're both at the helm right now. I hope everybody out there had a tremendous week. Rich, how was your week?
Wasn't too great. Got COVID. Wasn't fun, but feeling better now.
Did you watch any new series or any movies or anything? Did you watch anything over the week then?
I definitely finally watched Loki. That was like one of the biggest things that have been hanging over me. I felt like it was like a must watch. So I actually ended up just binge watching that one night. Didn't get any recommendations for Resident Evil, the Netflix one, so I didn't even try that. So
you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of Loki?
I thought it was like one of the best Disney Plus series that they ever made. I loved Tom Hiddleston. Is that his name? Hiddleston?
Yep, Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, I thought he did a fantastic job. Loved Owen Wilson's character. The ending was crazy. I'm now, whenever they since they announced that the Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, so now I know where that came from, where it stemmed from. So
yeah, man, I had a busy week this week. I just had was so much stuff going on over here with me, but I was managed to watch two things actually. So I was able to watch The Gray Man on Netflix, the movie, and I must tell you, it wasn't bad. I'll probably say this is probably definitely top 5 Netflix film they have ever done.
yeah,
I'm not a big fan of Netflix films as it is, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a lot of mostly it's misses when they do their films. I mean, some of the series are pretty good, and the docu-series are really good. They're really good from Netflix, but the actual movies, they're not. They a lot of them miss. But anyways, this one was good. This one was not bad. It knew what it was. It was an action type, CIA type deal.
was
Thriller.
that with?
It was a simple. It was with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling
And
yeah.
Chris Evans was in that too. Chris Evans looked like he had a great time doing this. I don't know why, but Chris Evans' character was on there. It was a little different from the normal Chris Evans characters that he played, but he looked like he was having a tremendous time playing it. I don't know why. It just looked like he was having a good time. Ryan Gosling, he looked like he just, I don't know. But it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Worth a watch. Also, remember a movie that you recommended for me to see, and it was like a couple years ago, maybe a year or two. I think it was called Hereditary or
Hereditary.
Yeah. I finally watched it this week. Yes, I finally watched that movie this week, and I must admit, man, I was laughing through a couple of these things.
Laughing?
So, I was laughing. Yeah, I was just laughing. Look, people, I love horror and everything, and I appreciate what they were doing. But I mean, as far as like scaring me or making me think about certain things, this didn't do it for me. I mean, it was like a midsummer in which it's all that is like the same thing, and it was like mixed into this, and I was just like, okay, these stories don't scare me. I was laughing at some of the stuff. Like, okay, like the craziest person on this movie was the husband, because I would have been, he should have been out of there. He's crazy for staying. You got a nutso wife right there, a fucking crazy ass kid. I'm like, deuces, you can have the house. I'm out of here. But he chooses to stay. I'm like, why the hell would you keep staying with this crazy ass woman? Really? But anyways, I thought it was a little funny. I laughed quite a few times on here, just chuckling up. But as far as like scaring me, no, or give me like a thrill or anything, no. I really didn't think twice after the movie. I did think twice. You know what? Correct me, because I had to think like, okay, what just happened at the end? And I had to really think. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I got it, and I was like, meh, okay. But I did finally watch that movie. But that was our week, folks. Let's get into this. We're at the helm. So let's get into topic number 1 for the week. And it starts with the slap heard around the whole world, and that was the Will Smith slap on Chris Rock. Will Smith comes out with a public apology. He's apologized before a
Yeah.
couple of times, but now he did another public apology. Actually, public apologies to Chris Rock, his family. He showed the whole bit. He dropped a video basically and did all his apologies on there. My question, Rich, is this coming out again? He's saying he's sorry. Is this sincere anymore, or is this something else? And are you surprised after several months this happened? He comes out with another public apology and publicly apologizing to Chris Rock.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, it's honestly Chris Rock's next move. Because even in the apology video, he even said, "I've tried to reach out to Chris Rock. They said, he isn't ready to talk about this to talk about it and everything." So it's honestly Chris Rock's next move. I mean, Will Smith can come out and publicly apologize all he wants, but it's up to Chris Rock to accept it. He is being punished already. I've already moved on from it personally. Like, I don't even. It is what it is. It happened. Now it's Chris Rock's next move. So, how do you feel about that?
I feel about Will Smith hasn't moved on. I could kind of tell he is being a little sincere. Some of the stuff was too staged for me. Not saying that it wasn't sincere, because I just said it is. I believe him that he is sincere about it, but he had the backdrop back there. He had different camera angles. I'm like, bruh, it wasn't personal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as personal as you would think it would be. It just felt like a little bit more stagey. Not, like I said, I believe him that he's sorry. It's something he's got to live with. I think I would have got more personal, more feel of it if he was just in his damn bathroom recording from a webcam on his laptop. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, something.
Well, I thought he was at an interview or something that they asked him.
I don't know.
I could have swore he was on a show or something.
But see, that's another thing too. If you're on a show, why would you do it then? I would have done it just on a laptop, a window or something behind me, not even a back screen. Just, hey, I'm in my bedroom. Just, this is what I feel. I'm sorry. I mean, it would be more personal. It just feel like it was more staged. But like you said, it is done with. It is Chris Rock now, and I feel bad for Will Smith because we all messed up in our lives, or hurt somebody, and then for them, or do wrong to somebody, and we're waiting for for forgiveness, or just to even talk back, just to get some clarification, and it's been several months, and it's like, man, he still hasn't said anything to Will. That has to eat up you inside. I mean, even more, knowing that this person won't even talk to you just yet. It's been several months since this incident has happened, and I can tell it's probably eating him up. But hopefully, like you said, it's on Chris Rock. Let's see if Chris Rock can come to Will Smith and be buddies. And I liked what Will was talking about too, as far as it wasn't just Chris Rock. It was his whole family. His brother, I guess his brother, Tony Rock, and him were really close. And it was just, and I get Chris Rock's brother being mad and everything, but to me, it's just like, okay, it happened to Chris, bro. Relax. It wasn't you. He did that, because sometimes I feel like your peeps would feel, and I understand they want to defend you and, oh, you did something to my brother, but it's like sometimes you gotta ease it down a little bit, because I feel like it's more crazy with Tony Rock right now, and I feel like he just needs to tone it down. It didn't happen to you.
Well,
it happened to your brother.
I remember seeing clips after the infamous slap. Tony Rock did some stand-up dates and everything, and he was talking about that, like, once you mess with one rock, you mess with all the rocks. So he obviously took it very hard. It seemed harder than freaking Chris Rock did. So I didn't know they were good friends like that. Like, this is the first time you find out about that. I didn't know that. So,
but yeah, that's what number one topic was about Chris Rock and Will Smith. All right, let's get into our number two topic. Affleck might be back, might not be back. So Jason Momoa was did a tweet or whatever. Why are you laughing?
Bat flag.
He might be back because Jason Momoa took a picture with Ben Affleck. Miss you, brother. Oh, this and that. You know, stuff like that. So people are saying there's rumors that people like to put different words and stuff in different media. But the word is that Ben Affleck is playing Batman again in Aquaman 2. There's rumblings. It hasn't been confirmed, but it hasn't been unconfirmed as well. That he's possibly in Aquaman 2 that's supposed to be coming out here. And a lot of people are just chiming in on what they think and what does that mean if he isn't. Is he totally back? So my question to you, brother, do you believe Ben Affleck's Batman is back in Aquaman 2? Because it is part of the DCU universe, of Aquaman's universe for sure, Jason Momoa's character. And could this mean that there's still light for the Snyderverse, whether it's, Henry Cavill coming back as well? Is there still a chance here? Is this giving us a little bit of a chance?
I mean, I would see, I would be hopeful, the fact that if he is in Aquaman 2, because he never announced that was it for him, did he? Because I don't think he ever said that's it for me as Batman. I'm not gonna do it again. Because I mean,
he kind of did.
Did he?
He really wasn't happy with the Justice League one, where I know there was a different director. It wasn't Zack Snyder. He had to step away. Hence we got the Snyder cut because Joss Whedon did. And there was so much BS. And then plus, Warner Brothers was under different management.
Yeah.
It's under new management just recently, So, people from Discovery bought them out and just are partnering with it. Now, and there's, I forget what the head boss's name, but he's very well revered and knows his stuff as far as how to run a successful company.
Yeah.
So it's under different management from what it was when he was filming. But to get to your point, yes, Ben Affleck at that point was like, I'm never doing Batman again.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because it's like, he didn't have a good time doing the Batman or the management and everything. He just was fed up with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, people always say never say never. I mean, there's a lot of people who said that and years later come back to something, whether it's wrestling, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whatever.
Yeah.
They go back on their word. And I don't think he was really going on his word like, oh, it's a for sure thing, he'll never come back. But he did make the comment about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're if people are out there are big, the Snyderverse fans, I mean, I would be hopeful about this kind of stuff, but especially, that he might be in Aquaman 2. It's not confirmed or anything, but I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel like he should be in Aquaman 2. Him and the character Arthur had a good little chemistry together. Him and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So I feel like he should come back. I'm not saying he should be big part of it. I'm just talking about like a cameo, like a 30-second cameo or something simple to that point where he meets up with Bruce Wayne. Doesn't have to technically be Batman, but with Ben Affleck's character, he meets up with him, talks about a certain situation, what's going on, or whether it's just to get information about something in the movie. And then there you go. That's it. Just a small little cameo, I would think would be suffice.
Yeah.
And hopefully that is, because I really do want. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. Trust me, when I first announced that he was going to be Batman, I didn't give him a chance. I didn't get him a line. I'm like, are you kidding me? But I like the way he played a different version of Batman, and he was definitely good at it. I thought he was definitely top 3, if not top 2, Batman of all time for me. And but yeah, why not? And then, of course, it gives me hope that Henry Cavill could be coming back as Superman 2 if they're going to bring back a little bit of stuff. But plus, it's under new management. It depends on new management, who's running the company, and what they have envisioned, and they go on from there. All right. Yeah. So that was the Affleck news. So let's get into topic number 3, which is a lot of Fantastic Four stuff we're getting here. So John Krasinski, everybody loves, or not loves, but they want him to be Reed Richards.
Yep.
And I think everybody doesn't want nobody else to play that man. that character, but John Krasinski. You know, he keeps being asked and asked, especially now with Comic-Con past. Keep being asked even more about, you know, hey, they're trying to be slick about it. Say, hey, are you going to be Reed Richards or this and that? And you kind of make certain comments here and there, like, oh, you know, the higher ups, they don't tell me anything, you know, them. So this and that. And when are you going to start filming? This, you know, after a while, sometimes he might just be playing with them, you know, and give them an answer they kind of want to hear, but don't.
Yeah.
But my thing is with all these people hounding him and people hounding the MCU verse about Reed Richards playing, John Krasinski playing Reed Richards, would it be a miss if they decided not for John Krasinski to play Reed Richards?
It would be a travesty for me, because just his little part in Doctor Strange 2, just that little part that he had, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure if you put all of his scenes together, it wasn't even more than 5 minutes. Just that little piece, like, made me love him as Mr. Fantastic. I don't see anybody else playing him. I hope that they stick with him and give the fans what they want. The fans even reacted, you know, that they loved him, and they didn't want anybody else to play him if they ever did a Fantastic Four movie. So, I mean, I think it would be a travesty if they didn't pick him.
Mm-hmm. You know, this reminds me of the whole Osaka Tano thing, when they were talking about she was going to be live action in Mandalorian season 2, and everybody all said Rosario Dawson. Remember? Everybody picked Rosario Dawson. The fans said this is the only person we will accept as Ahsoka Tano. She's the best, and you should do it. Kind of same thing with I forgot what his name was. Stan something. You guys are gonna kill me. The guy, the Winter Soldier playing young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Stan, but Sebastian Stan. Even though they did say they're not gonna recast Luke Skywalker. Yeah, which is cool. I don't mind that. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I would think they have to listen to the fans, because if they show up with all this hype and all these questions, and then they come out and it's not Reed Richards. Or Reed Richards. If it's not John Krasinski as Reed Richards. See, it's so convincing. I'm calling him Reed Richards. I'm already calling this man Reed Richards.
Even you want it, man.
If he does not come out, and when they announce the actors who are playing the characters, can you imagine the backlash on that?
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
I mean, really, could you really imagine? It's gonna be very bad. And they're, you know,
like, there's no reason
why not
give
the people what they want?
Yeah,
why not give? They already teased it. They already gave us a tease in Doctor Strange, and so why not keep it like that? You already teased it. Keep it. Everybody loves it.
There's no reason. There's no reason not to do it.
And I think
I
think he would like to do it too.
Yeah.
You can kind of see he's getting a little thrill out of all these questions he has to dodge. I think he loves it that people are on his side, that they want him on this film playing Reed Richards. But anyways, what do you guys think out there? Would it be a travesty, just like what Rich said about if John Krasinski doesn't play Reed Richards? We're still topic number 3, because there's more Fantastic Four news. Okay, I just want to get into so there was talks about how they were talking to Kevin Feige, I believe, after Comic-Con, and they were saying, you know, what was the story you have in mind to bring Fantastic Four out, you know? And he was basically saying, he's like, you know, I really don't want to do a whole origin story for their first movie. And, you know, he's like, you know, of course there's going to be some origins in there, but I don't want that to be the first movie they do is an origin story. Yeah. And my question to you is, do you agree with Kevin Feige, like, not doing another origin story? Or do you believe he has to do another origin story because there might be some people out there who don't know the origin story of Fantastic Four?
I think I agree with him. I personally wouldn't want another origin story. They did that with the original Fantastic Four, and they did that again with the most recent one, the one that flopped real bad. They did the whole origin with them too. I know it's gonna be kind of like a pain in the butt. Hopefully they could just, like, you know, in the very beginning of the movie, just give a quick rundown, like, all right, this is what happened. and this is how they got turned into the way they are, and then they just move on with a different storyline. Because an origin story is just, especially when we already had it twice. I personally wouldn't want that. I would love it to just be a whole different story, and just quickly in the beginning show, how they got their powers.
So listen, so I understand not doing an origin story. They don't have to do an origin story. I believe they do have to put some origin in there.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Batman versus Superman. Ben Affleck was the Batman in that universe, but we didn't get the origin story. But we kind of did in his flashbacking a little bit. Remember?
Yeah.
A little bit of here. I mean, everybody knows the story of Batman.
I was about to say.
Everybody knows the story of the Batman. But also, MCU did it with Spider-Man. They didn't give you no origin story with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How he got his powers whatsoever. They just jumped right into it and called it a day. And it worked. Everybody was satisfied and pleased. Same thing with this. I believe they should just do a little bit of flashback and maybe do not really that much on the origin story, but kind of make them reminisce, oh yeah, this happened, like a flashback scene of their origin, how they became with the superpowers. And the reason why I say they do have to do a little bit of that, because it is not as well known as Spider-Man, as Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These characters aren't as known. Now, the thing too is about 80% probably does know about Fantastic Four, who are going to go see this movie because it's a lot about comic book fans. And I'm not saying there's no fans that aren't comic book fans, because I'm not a comic book fan, but I do know who the Fantastic Four is. But there's just going to be that 20% or so that don't know anything about Fantastic Four, and it could be the people you're bringing with even. So you need a little bit of an origin story. But I really don't think they need to whole movie about the origin story.
Exactly. That's what
I think that's what it was the major issue of the last one that they did. They spent too much on the origin. It just too much build, too much, and it just when are they going to get to the point? When are they going to get to the point? When are they going to get the powers? When are they going to start showing? Yeah. And I think that was one of the biggest problems of that. I mean, there's a lot of problems with that film, but that one was a major one. All right, so let's get into another topic. Topic number 4. So Tomb Raider. Do you remember a Tomb Raider film coming out a couple years ago? I'm not talking about the Angelina Jolie, even though the first Angelina Jolie was pretty good. The second one was but the last Tomb Raider film was a couple years ago. I forgot her name. Her name was like Alicia something.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Did you ever watch the movie?
I never watched them. I saw the original. I saw the original like you did.
I actually watched the movie, and it got decent reviews. I mean, it wasn't like crazy good, but it was okay. It was decent. At that time, it was like, okay, this is a decent film, especially from a video game, because a lot of video game movies just don't hit. Well, this one wasn't that bad. It was doable. It was watchable. It was like, oh, okay. Had a little bit of fun with it. And they're always talking about, oh, there's going to be, a sequel and, like a couple more sequels to it. But they never got there. So this past week, MGM, I believe it is, let the rights go to Tomb Raider. So that means no Alicia, whatever her last name, I forgot her last name. She won't be reprising that role, and it won't be doing the same thing that they were doing. But now there's a bidding war, a lot of bidding wars to get the rights for Tomb Raider. Do you think that's a hit or a miss for these companies to bid on the Tomb Raider and try to resurrect that franchise?
Unfortunately, you might be asking the wrong person, because I've never been into Tomb Raider. I'm sorry. Okay. I've not even the video games, not the movies. But if I were to pick one streaming service to do it justice, who I feel like could really put their money to it and make it something really nice, it would be HBO Max. HBO Max has, out of all the streaming services, I feel like they've done the best job with certain shows and movies and everything. I feel like they would definitely be my top pick to take over for a Tomb Raider, to make the Tomb Raider fans out there, happy, because Netflix has flopped on a lot of different fan favorites. Netflix has flopped. Disney Plus, I don't see them touching this. I just don't see them touching this. They got way too much on their hands with Star Wars, the Marvel stuff that's coming out. and their own little movies and shows. So I definitely feel like HBO Max would be the best streaming service to do it justice.
Right. I believe. I don't think it's a mistake for any of these companies to get the rights because it's a well-known name.
Yeah, it's a well-known name.
Just like what Netflix did with Resident Evil series. Oh, God.
See,
You're so lucky. You're so lucky you didn't watch that. But it looked good on the trailers. You know. But anyways, there's gonna be people watching it. You know. I mean, and I know I keep dissing it, but the Resident Evil series on Netflix, a lot of people watched it. I mean, they really did because they thought it was going to be decent. It was something new. Some people did like it, and some people didn't. But you still got those viewers who didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, still watched the whole series. Yeah. So it's the same thing with this. It's a name, and then it's going to sell because people are known about it, are drawn to it. It's Tomb Raider. They're going to give it a chance. And they're going to give it some really good high views, especially the first 2 weeks it comes out, wherever, if it's on a streaming device. I don't think it should be going into theaters, but I don't know the script or anything. It's just buying rights. So I don't blame all these companies, all the streaming companies and pictures. They're trying to buy the rights for Tomb Raider. I don't blame them because I believe they're going to get people to go see it, whether it's at home or at the theaters. They'll draw some attention, and I don't think Tomb Raider should be that expensive to make as well, you know. Yeah. And I think that's the best part is it could be simplified, where it is cheap to make and it is cheap to market, and they're gonna make their investment off of it. Yeah. So yeah, I totally agree. They should definitely do it, and it sucks because I really thought it was okay that, and I think Alicia did a great job acting as Laura Croft.
I was going to ask you, how'd you feel about them like just booting her out and replacing her, like, not even giving her a chance?
Well, I think because MGM had the rights to it, they're just saying it. But if I was honestly, if I was one of them, I would say, you know what? People thought your movie was good, your character was good, your portrayal of her. Let's keep it going. Why not? That's even more intrigued and more people will want to buy it.
That reminds me of the whole Daredevil thing. The fans love Charlie Cox as whenever he played Daredevil, and the fans' voices made them bring back Charlie Cox as to reprise his role as Daredevil. So, I mean, if there are any fans of hers out there that would love for her to be it, I'm sure they're going to voice their opinion. Because, I mean, if she did that great of a job.
Yeah. Anyways, those are our main topics for At the Helm, folks. I do want to say August is coming up. It's right here. August is right here, man. And there's some stuff going on. Got a lot of stuff here. I know She-Hulk is premiering on Disney Plus this month. We got House of Dragons premiering on HBO Max. We'll be doing episode reviews on House of Dragon, correct, Rich?
Yes,
we will be doing episode reviews. And we definitely want your feedback and comments about it, too. I'm so excited for it. I'll be honest with that.
I'm very excited.
Anticipated series all year. I'm anticipating this for the whole year. Can't wait to watch it.
And the last trailer they dropped, man, that got me even more pumped. So I'm excited.
So definitely excited. So go ahead and when we drop the reviews, go ahead and watch it out and leave your comments for sure and get involved in the conversation. I know Lightyear is going to premiere already on Disney Plus this month too already. So hey, if you guys haven't watched Lightyear, which I think a lot of you did because it didn't get that high of profits as it was thinking.
Yeah, box office, no way.
Yeah, they didn't do so good on the box office.
You know what's funny is that it's going to be free now, and I'm still not going to watch it. I'm just not interested in it. I'm still not interested in it. I'm still not interested in it.
But anyways, also, there's there was on Prime Video even. He's got a movie coming out at the end of the month. It's called Samaritan with Sylvester Stallone. It's like an old, kind of retired Mr. Incredible type guy, a superhero type guy. And he's just being a regular worker, and there's trying to get back into action, and just not having it. And that looked kind of interesting because that was gonna hit the theater, but then they backed out. And went to streaming for Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime Video, and there's other stuff going on too. I know Prey's coming out this week. It's a Predator prequel. coming
Oh
on
yeah.
On Hulu, yes. I'm gonna watch
Hulu.
it, folks. I'm gonna do the free
yeah.
trial. I don't have Hulu, but I'll do the free trial just to go see that movie. Just to see
Yeah,
that movie.
I'm definitely watching that.
Netflix has it has a movie called like Day Shifters, I think, or Day Shift. It's with Jamie Foxx, I believe, and it's like vampire hunting or whatever type deal. With Snoop Dogg's in there, I believe, with him.
You lost
and,
me.
No, I lost already.
Already.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You had me with
And
Jamie
then-
Foxx, and I love Snoop Dogg, but not as an actor. So.
But yeah,
Nice, dude.
but yeah, there's a whole listing. I had the list, and I forgot what the hell I did with it, folks. But there's a couple things coming in this month, so be prepared to see what you guys are into, and see what's out there.
Yeah.
But that's gonna wrap it up for us. Dave, Rich at the helms, Scoundrel Podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We truly appreciate it. Help us out to get to 500 subs. And go ahead and hit that sub button for us. And if you like this video, please hit that woo button right down there. It gets us so excited when you do it. But even Rich at the helm, take care of each other.